you.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice to see everyone here. I'm very excited for this workshop. Like Yulia just said, we are going to learn today how to create a very simple mobile app. It's just a welcome screen. So here's an example of what that would look like. Let me just share my screen with you guys. Here we go. You
Excuse
guys
me,
can
I
see
just
it?
realized, yes, I can see it. I just realized that I didn't turn on my webcam. Hi, it was me. My name is Yulia. My name is Yulia, and I'm a founder of Kiddy Coders online school. If you're looking for some additional activities, after-school activities for your child, we have programming, math, and variety other courses. Please visit our website kiddycodersclub.com to check out and to sign up for a free trial. Thank you very much, and enjoy the class.
Okay, thank you. All right. So here's an example of what a welcome screen would look like. There's a few aspects to this welcome screen. There's an image, there's some text, and then there's the background. Okay, all of this is very simple, and I'll walk you through how to make a fresh welcome screen today. So let's do that. Let's create a fresh app, and I can walk you through each step. I'm just gonna stop share for a second, just so I have everything open. Okay, great. Here we go. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Okay, cool. So I am going to just show you, this is what the default app looks like. I'm currently using an application, a program software called Android Studio. Android Studio is basically what you use that an app developer could use to create an app for Android phones. So this won't work for iPhone. There's another software for that, but today we're going to be working with just Android Studio. It's completely free. You can download it on the internet. Just Google Android Studio free download. And you can get Android Studio for yourself to create your own basic welcome screen. So let's start with that. So the first thing we're going to do to make our welcome screen is we're going to remove this top line. This line, it's basically letting the app know, the program know that we're going to be using constraint layout, but we're not going to be using constraint layout. We're actually going to be using something called relative layout. Relative layout. There's two different types of layouts that I like to use. One is linear layout and relative layout. Linear layout is exactly what it sounds like. It's all the images and text you put in the app will be in a straight line. There's not a lot of customization. And relative layout is a little bit more complicated because you can put things, you can space them out. Not everything has to be in a straight line. You can put things diagonally or wherever you want on the screen. But linear layout, you can't do that. So let's use let's use relative layout today. Next, so this is all good. Let's start off by adding a background to our app. So how do you do that? You just put in android.background. Actually, first, let's get rid of this because that's also for constraint, but we're not using constraint. And we can get rid of this text as well because we're going to be writing our own text. So let's put in a background first. So the way you can put a background into an Android app is by creating a drawable folder. Every time you open a new file or a new app in Android Studio, it creates a drawable folder for you. And then you can just download an image online from Google Images, and then put that into the drawable folder, which basically lets Android Studio know that you plan to put that image in your app. So I've already done that. I've already downloaded a few images from online and put them into our drawable folder here. So let's see if that pops up. Oh, it didn't pop up. That's all right. So I'm going to quickly download a drawable folder. Can you all see this? Let's see. I'm currently looking up cool phone backgrounds. Let's find something real quick. One second. Resources. And this is the drawable folder right here. I can open that on my computer. Let's take this. This is the background image I just downloaded. We can copy it and then close all these. Open up the drawable folder. So you guys follow what I'm doing? I'm just opening the drawable folder in my laptop. And then I can just paste the image right here. And boom, there we go. We have our background in the drawable folder. So let's see if this works. Equals add drawable. Background. Cool. So that's fine. That'll pop up in a second. Let's start by adding some text. So to add text, what we can do is use something very basic. It's called text view. And then to add text, we can do, there's two options. There's layout width and layout height. Width is basically just the layout, is just the width of the text, and the height is just the height of the text. So we can do something here called wrap content. Wrap content. Hold on, there's a few errors here, and I'm not sure why that's happening. Relative layout. Oh, I know the problem. I know the problem. Let me just control Z. One sec. So if you see here, right, this is the welcome screen that we created before, that I created before. We downloaded the drawable background, and that's the background you see here. And then we created a text view, which is what we're doing now. And then I created wrap content and wrap content. So wrap content, all that means is the text size will wrap up to what the size of the text, because the other option is actually match parent. And what match parent does is that it matches the parent, that it matches the size of the text to the screen, and we don't want to do that. So we'll keep it wrap content so you can see it here. You can see the effect of what I'm doing here. And then we have layout align parent bottom. We put that as true. All that does is that it aligns it to the bottom of the screen, which is because I wanted to keep it at the bottom. Then we have the margin of the top. Margins are basically, if you have any piece of paper or you printed anything, you can see that the margins are basically the distance from the edge of the screen or the edge of the paper to the text or the image that you're using, and that's your margins. So here we have a margin of 7 dp. So if I increase this margin to, let's say, 100 dp, that would change the distance of the text. Then we have the margin from the bottom, which is the same thing except from the bottom. And then we have the font family, which is, right now the font is casual. We can change that. So let's say we can do cursive, right? Or we can do casual. So we have, so that's the font that we are going to go because we have cursive here already. And then we have the padding left, which is pretty similar to margins. It's just the distance from the left. So if we do 100 dp, you can see the effect. Or if we do 20 dp, and dp is just the unit we use in Android Studios for distance. So if we do 1000 dp, it goes all over the place. But if we use 200 dp, it's there, and 100 dp, it's about the middle. So let's do 100 dp for now. And then Android text, right? That's the basic code. So we can change that. We can change the text to whatever you want. Hello, everyone. So that's our text for now. And then Android text color. This code that you see right here, this number, is something that you can get online. Just search up color picker. Let's do that. Let's search up color picker. And you can see that you can change the code to any color from Google. You copy and paste this hex code, this hex number, and then you paste it right here. And then that changes the text color to anything you want. So there's a whole variety of colors on color picker. And then you can change text size. So everything begins with Android, and then you type in text size. So let's try and change that to 200. That's really big. And this is 150, that's too big. So the default for text size is SP. So let's keep that at 50 SP. Nope, too big. 25 SP. Let's do 40 SP. How's that? That's pretty good. So 40 SP is our size. And then I have another text view here. Everything is the same. I changed the font to cursive. That just says this app is brought to you by Ronak, which is my name. So you can see here. Hold on, let me just I'm getting some things in the chat. Okay, we're good. So, and the text color, I downloaded a color from online, and it's the same thing. It's a whitish color. And then the last thing that we have is our image view, right? You can see this right here, this welcome screen is actually an image I downloaded from Google and put it into a drawable folder. So here we have layout width, which is at match parent. Okay, match parent is different from wrap content, right? Wrap content would make it look, in this case, it looks the same because the width of the image is actually greater. But what match parent does is basically, if you have an image that's too small, you can type in match parent, and the Android Studio will extend the image, make it bigger to fit the entire screen. All that match parent basically means it matches the screen, the size of your screen. So if we did match parent for this, for example, right? Yeah, right. Like the image, because there's space on top and bottom, it's not big enough to cover the entire screen, but it moves to the middle. But what we can do is we can change this height of the image to make it to a decent place. And then we have margin top. Margin, like I said before, is the space of the image. So if I put 100 dp, it moves down. If I put 20 dp, it moves a little bit down. But in this case, I don't want there to be any space. So I'm going to keep the margin at, like, let's do -10 dp. So just a little bit above the screen. So there's no space at all, because I think that looks better. And Android SRC, that's the drawable folder that just tells the program to look into a folder, and there we go. And the image is called welcome, so add drawable welcome. So I'm going to try again to make another app. I think there was a few errors last time, and I'm not sure why. So let's just create a fresh one. Okay. Looks like I can't actually share my screen. I can only share one window at a time, which is an initial setting that Yulia must have not set properly. So it makes it a little difficult for me to share my screen with you guys. So hopefully you can understand. So I'm just gonna restart this app. So let's delete this. Right, we have about 10 minutes, and we're gonna make a really simple one, similar to this, using the same images, because they should already be loaded onto this. Okay, so.
Actually, you are the host, so you do you need to share your screen, not one window, right?
Yeah, but I think that's a setting issue. I can't share. I can only share one screen at a time. I can't share my entire screen. It's okay. I can work through this. So okay. It's okay. So
because I need your host right now.
That's all right. So I'm just gonna go work through this. You guys can see this screen, right? So we're just gonna work through this screen. So let's put in our background. So let's look into our drawable folder, add drawable/background. There we go. Look at that. We put in our background. Now let's put in an image, right? Image view. So the width, we want it to be as wide as the screen. We want it to cover the whole screen. So we can put match parent. Let's put, I don't know, 250 dp. Let's actually put in the image now. That's just the sizing of the image. Android src equals, let's do here. This is the image we were using before. There we go. Let's put in, let's change the alignment of it, layout. So code for this is layout. We can do center, horizontal, true. And that just centers the image just in case it wasn't centered before. And I think that's good for the image. Let's put in some text now, right? Text view and image view are basically the two views. There's a few different types of views, but for right now, we're just focusing on image view and text view. And the views are basically what allows the user to view the text or the image. It's really simple. So let's start with the text view. We can do Android text equals, what should the text be? Let's say, hey, everyone. Okay. It's not going to show up yet because we haven't given it a place to show, but let's close this first, make sure that's good. Text view. Okay, there we go. Android with, and with this we can keep wrap content, which means that it won't fit up the entire screen, right? We don't want that for the text. We want to keep it in a certain size. Wrap content, hey everyone. And then let's do font size, right? Equals, the unit for font size is SP, so let's do 50 SP. And if you can see, it's in the top left corner. It's really small, but it's okay. We can move the text down. Let's increase the font size. So 100 SP. We need it much bigger than that. How's 500 SP? Let's move it to the center as well. Layout, center, horizontal, true. And you can see the text move to the middle if you look in the top, center. Android, layout, center, vertical, true. Now the text is in the middle. Let's change the color of it so you can actually see it. Android, text color. And here I have the color, a good color to use. E6. Okay, there we go. So you can see the text change to white. Oh, no wonder. Sorry, I said text font size. What I meant to say was text size. There we go. That's a little too big. Let's do 50. 50, that's a good size, I think. But I think what we need to do is move it down a little bit. So let's do that. Android, layout, margin top. We can do 200 dp. Oops. dp, how's that? Okay. Layout margin bottom. Let's try bottom layout if that works better, because the top, and I need to get rid of this. There we go. So we don't want it on top. So let's change the top layout. 500 dp. How's that? That's pretty good. A little bit more. 600 dp. There we go. So look at that. What we did, we created an app with a background, text view, and an image view. So it's really simple. This is just, and then let's close the relative layout. That's really important. And let's close this text view. So the way to close it is just do a slash and a left bracket. And I can see, you see I did that with the image view and the text view. And then we can close the relative layout. So that's the way you do that, is just do a slash and write relative layout and close that. Okay, and then this is a really basic welcome page. If you downloaded this on your phone, well, there's actually a few different steps. You can upload this to the Google Play Store or Android Apple, the App Store, if you were using a program for Apple, which is a whole different aspect that we can't cover today because we don't have that time. But if you're at App Store, on the Play Store rather, it would look exactly like this on my phone. And right now, actually, I could plug this app into my phone, and by plugging it into my computer and running it, and the app would upload onto my phone, and I would have this welcome screen. And yeah, as you can see, it's really simple to create a basic welcome app. The code that we used today was exclusively XML, though. Of course, it gets a lot more complicated than this because we just use XML. There's also other mobile app development codes like Java, and Java is more for functionality. XML is for design. So Java is what lets you click things, lets you play your games. XML is just to make things look good, and it's for design purposes usually. And those are the two codes we use today. So, feel free to download Android Studio at home. Try this yourself. It's really simple, as you can see. We had a little bit of trouble today because of Zoom. The screen sharing wasn't working too well. I don't know how that looked on your end, but I tried to make things work here. And hopefully you guys understood and enjoyed that lesson. Again, this was a really basic workshop, and I hope that you all enjoyed and learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ronak, and hope to see you soon on our next virtual workshop. Follow our Kiddy Coders Facebook page to be notified when we go live next time. Thank you, Ronak, for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.